These are gold and silver-colored metal rods. They are lightweight. They look like precision materials and are 10 to 12 inches long in a display case. The logo is for Richards, a surgical instruments manufacturer, mainly in orthopedics. Richards was acquired by Smith & Nephew in the late 80s. These are surgical instruments. The commenter rules out laparoscopic prostatectomy instruments, but they are definitely high-quality, precision tools used in an operating room. Their specific function would require an expert in surgical instrumentation, but they are from the world of orthopedic surgery. This is a rare earth magnet set into some sort of rubber strip out of nowhere. It's about 2 feet long, but clearly ripped off something longer. The magnets are easily removable. This looks like the magnetic closing strip from a soft-sided Yeti cooler or a similar high-end soft cooler. These coolers use a very strong magnetic strip in the opening to create a tight, leak-proof seal. The powerful rare earth magnets are embedded in a flexible rubber or plastic strip. This is likely a piece that has been torn off a damaged cooler. These are small, gray rubber pieces found in the bottom of a Whirlpool dishwasher. They are about an inch long. What are they, and where are they supposed to go? My guess is they're caps that go on the ends of the sliding racks of the dishwasher. The metal wire racks in a dishwasher often have these small rubber or plastic caps on the ends of the tines or on the ends of the rack itself. Their purpose is to prevent the sharp metal ends from scratching your dishes and to prevent the rack from rusting. Over time, these caps can become brittle and fall off during a wash cycle, ending up in the bottom of the dishwasher. These are labeled as lamp molds, made of either heavy poured stone or metal. Each tablet is double-sided and about 1 foot wide by 1.5 to 2 feet tall. They are completely solid. They look like male molds that would be pressed into casting sand to make the actual mold for casting lamp brackets. In sand casting, you create a mold by packing special sand around a pattern or a model of the object you want to cast. These heavy solid tablets are the patterns. They would be pressed into the sand to create the female mold cavity. The holes at each end would be to line up the top and bottom halves of the mold. After the pattern is removed, molten metal is poured into the sand mold. What are these strange gray ceramic tiles? They were found in a box of junk. They are 10 millimeters wide and 2 millimeters thick. One side seems slightly coarser than the other. These are ink erasers from the brand Radar. Before modern correction fluids and tapes, a special abrasive eraser like this one was used to remove ink from paper. Unlike a rubber pencil eraser, an ink eraser works by physically scraping away a very thin layer of the paper's surface, along with the ink that has soaked into it. The link to the Swedish museum shows an identical package of these classic, vintage stationery items. This is a gray plastic object found in an old shed. It's possibly a key of some sort. The bottom kind of looks like a large screwdriver head. This is likely a key for an oil plug. The commenter notes that some oil plugs might use a large screw instead of a standard bolt head. This plastic key, with its large, flat blade or square drive head, would be used to remove and install a specific type of plastic or metal drain plug on a car's oil pan or on another piece of machinery. Its simple plastic construction suggests it might be a single-use tool or one included with a specific product. Our cats found this somewhere in our flat. It's made of plastic, is quite lightweight, and it can rotate. We thought it was a piece from a drawer or the heater, but it doesn't fit anywhere. These are spacer brackets for a panel radiator. A panel radiator is hung on wall brackets. These plastic spacer brackets are then used at the bottom of the radiator. They clip onto the back of the radiator and rest against the wall. Their purpose is to keep the bottom of the radiator at a consistent distance from the wall, ensuring it hangs perfectly vertically and has proper airflow behind it. The fourth picture in the linked Polish website shows the setup. This is a slightly curved iron circle with a wooden handle. It's concaved about 1/2 inch and 4 inches in diameter. There's a bolt and nut sticking out. It was found in an old collection of random family heirlooms. It's a hog scraper. This is a tool used in the processes of butchering a pig. After the pig is dispatched, it is scalded in hot water to loosen the hair. This tool, which is shaped like a small bell or a candle snuffer, is then used to scrape the hair from the hide. Its sharp, curved edge is very effective for this task. It is a very specific and somewhat grim tool from traditional on-farm butchery. This is a hard plastic object found in a kitchen drawer. It seems to screw into something. It measures 3 by 3.5 by 1.5 centimeters. Inside is hollow with 2 small pegs diagonal to each other. This looks like the protective cap that comes with a Soda Magic machine when it first ships. A Soda Magic is a home soda maker, similar to a Soda Stream. This plastic cap would be screwed onto the part of the machine where the CO2 cylinder is installed. Its purpose is to protect the delicate threads and the piercing pin during shipping. It is meant to be removed and discarded before the first use of the machine. The instruction manual in the link shows this exact part. This came with an electric standing desk. It's lightweight plastic, the size of my hand. I bought the desk from Facebook Marketplace, and I'm not sure what this is for. This is a dual headphone stand. It is an accessory for your desk. It is designed to be clamped or stuck onto the edge of your desk. The 2 hooks then provide a convenient place to hang 2 pairs of headphones, keeping them off your desk and out of the way. Some versions, like the one in the Amazon link, can also rotate. It's a common and practical accessory for gamers or office workers who use multiple headsets. This is smaller than a quarter, gray, possibly pewter, a cap-like thing. It was found in the dishwasher after a wash cycle. It has a picture of a thistle etched on top. Could this be some sort of cap on the bottom of a spatula or a similar handled utensil? This is likely the decorative end cap from the handle of a kitchen tool. Many utensils have a plastic or wooden handle that is finished with a small metal cap at the end. The thistle is a national symbol of Scotland, so this could be from a souvenir utensil from Scotland. During a hot dishwasher cycle, the adhesive holding this cap in place can fail, causing it to fall off. What is this lightweight black plastic part? It is a hard part, 3 to 8 inches long. It appeared by the kitchen sink. This looks like the middle part of an OXO turkey baster. A turkey baster is a tool used to suck up the juices from the bottom of a roasting pan and to baste them over the meat. The OXO model, as shown in the third picture of the target link, has a design where the main tube can be unscrewed from the bulb for easy cleaning. This black plastic part is the collar or the connector that joins the silicone bulb to the main clear tube of the baster. This is a white-black circular thing hanging from the ceiling in a back corner of a basement. It's roughly the size of my hand and has power going to it. It's not a speaker. It's an electrical junction box with a blank cover. A junction box is an enclosure used to house electrical connections. The power cables are run into the box, and the wires are spliced together inside. The cover is then placed on the box to protect the connections from being touched and to contain any sparks in the event of a fault. This one has a blank cover, which means it is just a junction point and does not have a light fixture or another device attached to it. It is a very standard piece of electrical hardware. I found this 1-inch piece of gray plastic on the kitchen floor. ChatGPT thinks it comes from my dishwasher, but I was not able to locate anything like that. This has been solved. It is a piece from a Kinder Barbie. Specifically, it looks like a small accessory, perhaps a handbag or a piece of clothing, from a miniature Barbie doll that comes inside a Kinder Surprise chocolate egg. Kinder Surprise eggs are a popular confection that contains a small, buildable toy inside a plastic capsule. This is just a tiny part of one of those toys. This is a heavy suitcase cabinet for some kind of electrical use. What is it? This is a diathermy therapy machine. Diathermy is a therapeutic treatment used in physical therapy that uses a high-frequency electric current to generate deep heat in body tissues. The machine would generate the high-frequency current, which would then be applied to the patient's body using electrode pads. This deep heating is used to treat muscle and joint conditions by increasing blood flow and relieving pain. The link shows a similar vintage diathermy apparatus from the 1940s. This is 50 by 80 by 50 centimeter, maybe 20 kilos, found in a shed that was previously owned by a drug addict that collected everything. I'm guessing, but are those pre-cut lengths of fiber optic cable? This looks like a large spool or a bundle of fiber optic cable that has been cut into many individual lengths. It's hard to say why someone would have this. It could be scrapped from a telecommunications installation, or it could have been collected for a specific, if obscure, purpose. Given the previous owner's tendency to collect everything, it could simply be a large quantity of an interesting-looking material that they acquired. This is a clear glass object with liquid in it and metal wrapped around it. It is about 3 pounds or less. We found this cleaning out my grandmother's things. These are potentially old fire extinguishers, specifically glass grenade-style fire extinguishers. These were common in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. They were a glass bulb or bottle filled with a chemical fire suppressant, often carbon tetrachloride. In the event of a fire, you would throw the grenade at the base of the fire. The glass would shatter, and the liquid would vaporize, smothering the flames. The article linked warns that they can be very dangerous, as the chemical inside is highly toxic and can produce phosgene gas when heated. They should be handled with extreme caution and disposed of as hazardous waste. These are curved plastic combs with 2 sets of teeth, one set longer than the other. I got these in a bag of random accessories from my nan. They are French crab interlocking hair clips, similar to a hair claw. They are used to hold hair up in a twist or an updo. They work as a pair. You would gather your hair and then slide one comb in from one side and the other from the opposite side. The 2 sets of teeth interlock with each other, holding the hair securely in place. The long teeth sit against the head, and the short teeth on top are what lock together. It is a classic style of hair accessory. What is this small plastic thing near elevator doors, in the cabin, not outside of it? I'm in Poland, and it's a Polish-made elevator in a hotel. This lights up to indicate if the elevator is going up or down. It is a directional indicator light. The top half, often with an upward-pointing arrow, would light up when the elevator is ascending. The lower half, with a downward-pointing arrow, would light up when the elevator is descending. It provides a simple, visual cue to the passengers inside the elevator about its direction of travel. What's this thing? Found in a parking lot. It's triangular, and a magnet sticks to it. It's 2.5 inches long and has a small piece of chain attached. This is a locking pin for a jack stand. A jack stand is a support used to hold a vehicle up after it has been lifted with a jack. The height of the jack stand is adjustable. This pin is inserted through the holes in the jack stand's post to lock it at the desired height, which is a critical safety feature. The chain is to keep the pin tethered to the jack stand so it doesn't get lost. It likely fell out of a mechanic's truck in the parking lot. This is a plier-like hand tool, possibly for bending. It was found on my father-in-law's workbench. He was an electronics technician in the aviation field. Yup, it's for bending wires. It looks like it's used for jewelry, but I imagine it's hella useful for all sorts of wires. These are special wire looping pliers. They are used to create perfect, consistent loops in wire. While very common in jewelry making for creating the loops to connect beads and findings, an electronics technician would also find them very useful for creating neat, consistent loops on the ends of wires for connecting them to screw terminals or other components. I found what I believe to be a nail with grooves punctured in my tire. Does anyone know the specific type of nail it is? I drive through an industrial area pretty frequently. That looks like the part of a rivet that is disposed of after it is attached. This is the mandrel from a pop rivet. A pop rivet is a type of fastener used to join 2 pieces of material. The rivet is placed in a hole, and a special rivet gun is used to pull on this mandrel. This action expands the rivet on the blind side, clamping the materials together. The mandrel then breaks off at a predetermined weak point and is discarded. This is the discarded mandrel, a very common piece of industrial debris. This is a threaded rod, maybe 2 inches long, with a smooth nipple and a nylon ball. It gave me a flat tire on the highway. What is it? This looks like a headlight aiming bolt. On many older vehicles, the headlights were aimed using a set of adjustment screws. This component, with its specific combination of a threaded rod for adjustment and a nylon ball that would sit in a socket, is very characteristic of the hardware used for fine-tuning the vertical and horizontal aim of a headlight beam. It has likely fallen off an older car or truck and was lying on the highway, where its sharp, broken end was able to puncture your tire. This is a wooden object, about 16 inches tall, found in the back of my closet. I have no clue what this is or why I have it. This is a homemade boot jack. A boot jack is a simple but very useful device for helping to remove tight-fitting boots, especially cowboy boots or riding boots. You would stand on the main part of the device with one foot. You then place the heel of the boot you want to remove into the U-shaped opening. This holds the boot, and you can then easily pull your foot out. This one, with its simple, somewhat rustic construction, is a classic example of a handmade, functional household item. This is a yellow police device found on a sidewalk in Shanghai. It was pointing to another street. The finder was not comfortable being in front of it in case it was a camera. The yellow circle is just another warning light, like the red and blue ones. Along with the barrier bars on the ground, it's all pretty common construction area type equipment. This is a portable, battery-powered warning light and barrier system. It is used to cordon off a construction site, a road hazard, or an accident scene, and to warn pedestrians and drivers. The flashing lights are for high visibility, especially at night. It is not a surveillance camera. What's this red plastic stick that came with my boots? I got them from a Frenchman, if that's relevant. These are Denver Hayes shoes, and the red stick is for some sort of spike thing in the heel. A previous Reddit post with a similar tool identifies it as a key or a tool for an anti-slip system built into the heel of a winter boot. The heel would have a mechanism with retractable metal spikes. This red plastic tool would be used to flip or turn that mechanism, either deploying the spikes for walking on ice or retracting them for walking on normal surfaces. What is this that was on the side of the desk of the library I work at? It's a metal and plastic device that is screwed into the side of the desk. Maybe the library had theft deterrent devices, like the plastic security cases for DVDs or CDs. These magnets would be to remove them. This is a powerful magnet, a detacher that is used to release a specific type of magnetic security tag. The cashier would place the tagged item on this device, and the strong magnetic field would release the locking mechanism inside the tag, allowing it to be removed before the customer leaves the library. What is this rock-like Cheerio? This was something that my grandfather gave me a few years ago. It feels like rock, but the way it looks makes me think it's from some kind of roller assembly. This is a crinoid fossil, specifically a single segment from the stem of a crinoid. Crinoids, also known as sea lilies, are marine animals that were very abundant in ancient oceans. Their body consisted of a long stem, made up of many of these small, disc-like calcite plates, stacked on top of each other with a hole in the center. When the animal died, this stem would fall apart, and these individual segments are a very common and recognizable type of fossil. This is a pair of suction-mounted brackets on the windshield of this Mazda, with some kind of loop things attached to them. What are they? They are for carrying fishing poles. This is a suction mount rod carrier. It is a system for safely transporting fishing rods on the outside or inside of a vehicle. It consists of 2 bars, each with powerful suction cups that attach to the car's roof or windshield. The rods are then rested in the loops or cradles on the bars and are secured with a bungee cord or a strap. This is a very popular accessory for anglers as it allows them to transport their long, often one-piece fishing rods without having to break them down. These are white block lines on the Pacific Coast Highway. AI tells me they're rumble strips, but they're not. They are not depressed into the pavement. What are they? These are optical speed bars. They are a traffic calming measure. The white, transverse lines are painted on the road with progressively decreasing spacing. As a driver passes over them, the lines appear to come faster and faster. This creates the illusion that the car is speeding up, which subconsciously causes the driver to slow down. They are used on the approach to a hazard, such as a sharp curve, a roundabout, or a village, where a reduction in speed is desired. What is this? It looks like it's broken off something. It's metal and plastic, 2 centimeters. It was found on the floor in the back of my car. It looks like the pull part of a zipper that has broken off. The zipper pull is the small tab that you hold on to move the zipper slider up and down. They are often made of a combination of metal and plastic and can break off a jacket, a backpack, or the car's seat cover upholstery with use and age. This is just the small, broken handle from a zipper. These are two well-used tools found in the back of my vehicle, and they're not mine. Both are metal with rubberized handles and are about 7 inches long. I had some body work done recently. These are automotive trim removal tools. The one on the left is a pry tool, and the one on the right is for releasing push pins. Modern car interiors are held together with a huge number of plastic clips and fasteners. To remove interior panels without scratching the plastic or breaking these delicate clips, mechanics use a set of specialized, non-marring pry tools like these. A mechanic who did the body work on your car has accidentally left 2 of their tools behind in your vehicle. This thing came out of the dryer after unloading. It feels like plastic and is about 1.5 inches. What is it? Could it be the light switch from the dryer door? Many clothes dryers have a small light inside that turns on when you open the door. The switch that operates this light is a small plunger switch located in the door frame. When the door is closed, it pushes this plunger in, turning the light off. When the door is opened, the plunger pops out, turning the light on. This looks like that small plunger switch, which is broken off from the dryer's door frame. This is a triangular metal tool, 3 inches long and about 1 to 4 inch wide. It has sharp-ish pointy ends, fairly sharp edges, and dimples on all 3 sides. It was in a box of needle files from my late grandfather's toolboxes. This is a deburring tool or a scraper. It is a hand tool used in metalworking to remove burrs, which are the small, sharp edges that are left on a piece of metal after it has been cut or drilled. The sharp, hardened steel edges of this triangular tool are used to scrape along the edges of the workpiece to remove these burrs and create a smooth, clean edge. The dimples are for grip. The link shows a similar example. This is a small box attached to a lamppost in the UK with 23 written on it. What is it? The ones on most lit posts are generally asset numbers for the maintaining authority, like the local council or national highways. Each lamppost, traffic signal, or other piece of street furniture is given a unique identification number. This allows maintenance crews to know exactly which asset they are working on and to keep accurate records. The box-like shape and the material are likely designed to be durable and to deter theft for scrap metal, which was a problem with older aluminum tags. This is taped to the bumper of a car. It's older and a little beat up. It looks copper in color. What is it? That's a side beam flashlight. The commenter imagines their tag marker lights do not work, so they are doing this so that they are driving legally at night. A side marker light is a small light on the side of a vehicle that is required to be illuminated at night for visibility. If the original light is broken, a driver might tape a small flashlight like this one to the bumper as a temporary makeshift repair to remain compliant with traffic laws until they can get it properly fixed. This is a red plastic cap found in the bottom of a sink cabinet. The finder wants to make sure it isn't part of the plumbing. This is a tap aerator tool. An aerator is the small screen and housing that screws into the end of a faucet. This small plastic key-like tool is used to unscrew and remove the aerator for cleaning or replacement. The different notches and keys on the tool are designed to fit the specific patterns on different models of aerators, particularly those from the brand Delta Faucet, as shown in the link. It is a maintenance tool, not a part of the plumbing itself. Found in the forest, this is a stick with a 2-layer fabric and some sort of electronic device. What is it? Do they do orienteering in that area? This looks like a checkpoint. Orienteering is a sport where competitors navigate between a series of control points in a landscape using a map and a compass. At each control point, there is a distinctive orange and white control flag and a punch or an electronic station. This looks like one of those electronic stations. The competitor would use a special electronic card to punch in at this station, which records their time and proves they have visited the control point. This is a metal telescoping object, about 16 inches long, with a hoop and a cap at one end. What is it? This is an antenna from a military jeep. The link to the Worth Point auction site shows a very similar WW2-era antenna for a radio on a Willys Jeep. These telescoping multi-section whip antennas were a standard piece of communications equipment on military vehicles of that era. The hoop and the cap at the end would be part of the mounting base, or the insulator, where it attaches to the vehicle and the radio. It is a classic piece of military radio hardware. This is a padlocked metal box on a post in Bedfordshire, UK. What is it for? I've seen groundwater testing wells with similar lock boxes. This is likely a secure access point for an environmental monitoring well. The well itself is a pipe that goes down to the groundwater. This locked box protects the wellhead and any monitoring equipment. Environmental consultants would use a key to open the box to take water samples for quality testing or to measure the groundwater level. The lock is to prevent tampering or vandalism. The commenter notes they are often blue in Canada, but the function is the same. This is a large, clear glass cylinder with multiple openings found in a sink in an outbuilding on an old farm. The building was used as a veterinary supply room and was connected to the old milking parlor. This is part of a milking machine. Specifically, it is the claw, or the cluster assembly. The 4 smaller openings are where the teat cups, which attach to the cow's udder, would be connected. The milk from all 4 teat cups would then flow into this glass bowl, the claw, which allows the operator to visually monitor the milk flow. The larger opening at the bottom is where the main milk hose would be attached, which would carry the milk to the collection bucket or the main milk line. The video link shows a similar one in use. Found on the floor of my oven, this is around 1 inch in diameter with a honeycomb structure going completely through. It feels like it's made of ceramic or something similar. This is a vent cover for the oven outlet. It helps to reduce smoke from exiting the oven when cooking. Many ovens have a vent, often at the back of the stovetop or inside the oven, to allow steam and heat to escape. This small, ceramic, honeycomb-like piece is a catalytic converter or a filter that is placed in that vent. Its purpose is to help burn off grease and smoke particles, reducing cooking odors and keeping the kitchen cleaner. It has likely just fallen out of its housing inside the oven. What was the weirdest object for you? Let me know in the comments and share this to test your friends. If you love uncovering these mysteries, hit like and subscribe. Your support helps us find more curious explorers like you. Stay curious.